Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Wakwakwadah, Shalom, honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to my Akim, Wa'akwafim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawaka coming at you, another lesson. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13, there hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man, but Yahawah is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. And today's lesson is going to be on how basically each and every single one of us, we are each separately capable of dealing with our own stuff, and it is the stuff that we have to suffer through, the stuff that we have to endure. It is all dependent on our separate individual capabilities. All right. Now the thing about this is that some of us need to wear glasses. Because if you've seen my videos, you've seen me wearing glasses. That means my personal eyesight isn't good naturally. Some of us, maybe we might have some bad legs. We might not be as athletic and whatnot. There are so many different things or problems that we have to face. Okay, but the fact of the matter is that in that regard, we are still different. We are all still, while we are different in that regards, we are all still working towards the same goal. All right. So I just thought that was an important thing, because sometimes even with our uniqueness, all right, still oftentimes there is still some commonality, all right, in terms of, like, maybe some brothers are there might be a brother who has issues with their eyesight. Maybe they're just like, oh my god, like, I really hate this. I really wish my eyesight was like this. I wish my eyesight was better. I wish that the Lord didn't curse me with terrible eyesight, blah blah blah. And let me get this. 1 Corinthians 15. And that's the thing. Some of us have bad legs. Some of us have bad knees. Some of us have bad arms. Bad athletic things. They're overweight. Whatever. But the thing is that at the end of the day, even though we have all these detriments, okay, and we're all dealing with each of our own problems. The thing at the end of the day is that very soon the Lord's going to change our body and give us that spiritual perfect body. So we all just have to endure our each individual hardships, because when the Lord changes our bodies to spiritual bodies, to perfect bodies, we're not going to need any corrective lenses. We're not going to need any knee braces, crutches, and stuff like that. All right. We're just going to be perfect. We're just gonna you don't need any of that type of stuff anymore. All right, you don't need any medicine. You don't need any and that's the thing. That's another thing to basically look forward to. All right. So let me get both of these. All right, because let me get this, then I'll get this. So first Corinthians chapter 15 verse 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. All right. So our bodies are going to be changed, and we're going to be given incorruptible, perfect bodies. All right. And again, it's like, some of us. I'll say for me personally, I've never really, speaking as a man, I'll say I've never really complained too much about my glasses. I do. Obviously, I have to say though, obviously it is very inconvenient. Sometimes when I have to take it off, when I don't have my glasses, I become blind as a bat. All right, but I will say, call him YAHAWAH, that the thing is that I kind of sometimes in certain ways, I think speaking as a man, I've become used to kind of like restricting myself or uncomfortability, in the sense of like, whenever I don't have my glasses, I like accept that, and I think like, okay, you know what, like this is my handicap while living in the society that I'm actually okay with. I'm actually okay with needing glasses in order to see things properly, see physical things properly. And the thing is that like I've always just been very perceptive without it, in the sense of like hearing things, trying to hear things, rather than like just using my eyes, or try to understand things through context clues and stuff like that. So as a result of that, for me, in my thing is that I kind of feel like, okay, what, the Lord didn't want me to be too good, so he lowered my eyesight, my natural eyesight, as a result of that. And even then, my glasses aren't that good. Like I still kind of feel like there are some certain things, or even if I wear glasses and look at something from far away, I still can't see certain things that normal people might be able to see. But regardless, that's still just like something like, okay, well, we that is me getting comfortable with being uncomfortable in that way only. I will say in many other ways, okay, it's like in many other ways, I am not very comfortable with being uncomfortable in other ways, which I'm trying to think of an example now, but I'm not gonna waste your time trying to keep on going through all that stuff. And it's just like there are certain things that we just are, some of us are more attuned with, or some of us can handle better than others. And that's okay. That's okay, because we are all each capable in our own lot. As a matter of fact, one thing is, I see so many Jakes that don't wear glasses, and it's just like, well, their eyesight is just good. Like the Lord just gives them very good like physical capabilities to be able to do stuff naturally. And that's a blessing from the Lord. Okay, the blessing of the Lord to be able to just be naturally gifted, naturally average, and not having any of these restrictions or detriments placed on your body. All right, but but then Slakia, but then rather than having the natural detriments, the detriments come over time through injury and stuff like that. Because oftentimes maybe there are some people who, something bad happened to them, they fell down somewhere, they hurt themselves, and then now my knee doesn't really work the same way. But after that that one injury and whatnot, these are the things that we keep an eye. These are the things that happens to us that restricts us and impedes our what's the word, our progress, not progress, just our natural physical prowess and gifts. All right, but yeah, continuing on, let's continue on. Another thing to look forward to in the kingdom of heaven, okay, is just in general, because our bodies decay. You see, old men, old women, women's beauty fades, men's body aren't as strong as they were in their prime, which is I think it's like in their 20s or something like that. Okay, or maybe some people were more in their prime when they were 18 or something like that. I don't know when the prime for a man is, but regardless, this is not going to be the case. Okay. Revelation chapter 21 verse 14, and Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So there's not going to be any more people dying of let me correct myself. There's not going to be any more Israelites dying of old age. There's not going to be any more Israelites crying, being sad, being depressed. Depression is a big thing. Okay, lots of people in general face depression, but the funny thing is that depression really is from, if you really think about it, I kind of want to say, I don't think it's, I don't think it's full. I think it's, I just want to say that depression comes from multiple different facets of life, and I could be wrong about this. I'll just say that, but one of the things is how Esau is ruling right now. That's one of the parts. But at the same time, just in general, like we're not fulfilling our purpose. Okay, if there is no meaning to your life, all right. If there's no meaning to your life, if you don't have any purpose, then oftentimes you can get depressed. Or if you're just going through the days without any goal in mind, then that's where there can be some depression and whatnot. Now, Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter, fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Okay, so this is hearing the conclusion of the whole matter. Basically, the purpose of man is to fear Yahawadah Hashem Yahushai and keep his commandments. Okay, this is our duty, is our goal, right? Our goal that pleases Yahawadah Hashem Yahushai is, shit. Bear with me one moment.
Yeah, I know we're on a topic of just autonomous vehicles. That's one thing, autonomous vehicles and everything. But even at our good kind of maybe piggybacking on GTC, or we're talking about training models and everything. It was pretty cool that we were able to showcase an AI avatar, which that was a process in itself, because to see
there was Bear with me one moment, pleasure. I'm pretty sure it's in Revelation.
And then it was a fully interactive avatar just trained on a model. So you can walk up and say, tell me about the latest takeaways from Jensen's keynote, or, who are you? What are you powered by? So coming from just the learning phase to actually training a model and actually able to see that in real time was very, very interesting.
Revelation chapter 4 verse 11, thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for thou hast created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created. So this is what this is the purpose of all things was created for, and it's created for the pleasure of Yahawadah Hashem Yahushai. All right, so once again, it even goes back into, once again, our whole purpose is to please Yahawadah Hashem Yahushai. All right, and when you stray from that purpose, then it's just like an instinctual matter, instinctual matter where you get depressed. All right, where you get depressed and you don't really find the same thing. You might, for example, you might feel temporary lust for just, I want to sleep with a bunch of women, sure, but then after a while, and you're just not having kids and whatnot, and just living just by yourself and whatnot, and then it's just like, okay, well, this is a miserable, empty kind of existence. All right, so let's continue on. Matthew chapter 25. Where is this for again? Oh yeah, okay, so here, Let me see.
into where having like that say that AI model like literally right in front of
Bear with me one moment.
the example that you guys had at GTC.
Okay, so
People can just look at and be like,
Matthew 25 verse 14, the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, and another 2, and to another 1, and to every one according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. All right, so basically the Lord puts us responsible for a certain amount of things. So some of us are going to have parabolically the 5 talents, or the 2 talents, or the 1 talent, or maybe the 10 talents, or maybe the 7 talents, or maybe just the 3 talents, whatever, and stuff like that, where it is according to what the Lord blessed you, blessed you with being capable of doing. All right, which you're able to do only one thing for the ministry, then just do that one thing to the best of your ability. Okay, be it just teaching, or holding up signs, or editing videos, whatever. Okay, that's your thing. Just go do it. If you're able to do multiple things for the ministry, holding up signs, reading, teaching, editing videos, making YouTube videos, whatever. Okay, you go and do literally everything, every single thing. All right, you go do every thing to fulfill your part in this ministry. All right, that's the thing that we are trying to do. We're trying to fulfill our role and do our part in this truth. All right, it's lucky. It's never just enough to be, I can't, I only have this one little thing, I have this one blessing, let me hide my blessing, let me hide my talent. No, you're not supposed to hide your talent. You're supposed to go and put that to use. Okay, because that was what this one servant did. Okay, the other servant, the 5 talent and 2 talent servant, they went and did they went and multiplied the blessings. Okay, but the one servant, the 1 talent servant, he was lazy. He said, I'm gonna hide my thing, let me put my thing away. Okay, let me see, where is it? Verse 18, but he that had received 1 went and digged into the earth and hid his Lord's money. Let me also get this. Verse 24, and then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee, that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sowed, and gathering where thou hast not strayed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast, that is thine. Okay. Verse 26, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strayed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I shall receive mine with usury. So basically, we're supposed to multiply the blessing, multiply the talents, multiply the responsibilities, in terms of not multiply the responsibilities, but multiply basically the responsibilities that you have. The more responsibilities that you have, the more blessings you will basically convert it into. All right, because in this regard, it's being compared to as money. So, if, say for example, basically, the thing is that because you are responsible for more things, you're going to be blessed with more things. The more work that you do, the more reward you will get as a result of it. All right. Let me see what this is. verse 28, take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And that the thing goes into what's it called? It goes into being able to put abundance in, what's it called? Like for example, say for example you have a child, right? Your oldest child is the most responsible. They do everything right. Basically, you're going to rely on that child that does all the work that he's supposed to do. He's the most reliable. You're going to keep on giving him stuff to do, and then he's going to get all that. He's going to get all that stuff done. Whereas you're not going to rely on your lazy child for stuff. You're going to say, okay, well, I'm not going to reward you because you're not doing all the work. You're going to reward the good child, the reliable child, because they are doing what they're supposed to be doing. All right. So let's continue on, but Lakia, bear with me one moment. All right, so yeah, Slakia. Basically, continuing on, First Corinthians chapter 12, verse 7. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit of the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these worketh that one and self same Spirit, dividing to every man severely as he will. I mean, that's the thing, where we all have our different, blessings, our different talents, our different goals, our different not goals, but we all work in that same goal. Okay, through the same Spirit, but we have different capabilities. All right, some of us are able to, as we read, we have wisdom, being able to apply practical knowledge, as well as just in general knowledge. This other one is knowledge, where we have the knowledge, we know all the different breakdowns, we have the understanding of the scriptures and whatnot, and as a result of that, there are these different responsibilities that the Lord genuinely blesses us with. And another thing is that some of us are bilingual, trilingual, whatever, where we are able to speak in different languages. Okay, I'm not one of them. Okay, but that's okay. There's other brothers who are who may not be able to teach and whatnot, and that's the thing. You can find something to do. Okay, there's definitely something that we can all do in this ministry. All right, this video is not really dedicated to that, but just yes, this video is dedicated to that, but it's not in the sense of I'm me telling you all the different things that we need and whatnot, but in a generality of just informing you that we are all collectively working towards the same goal. So you need to understand that, okay, yes, don't just be discouraged, don't be lazy. We need to keep on doing the things that we need to do, which is serving Yahawadah through each and all of our separate responsibilities. All right, now continuing on, Ephesians chapter 4. Wait, what the heck? Yeah, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11. And he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and teachers. Once again, just going into the different job titles, different responsibilities. Okay, we're not always gonna be able to do everything, but some of us are able to do everything. Okay, but it's not. But just it's just that's something to remember, that through our walk, okay, you Slack it. And this was the thing. This was the thing that I was watching. I got inspired from other brothers' videos where they said, "Are you just doing enough to get by? Are you doing enough to have no one tell you that you're not doing enough for the Lord?" All right, and that was the thing where initially, okay, I heard, "Oh yeah, we have to just GMS or not well, I think Elder Apostle Tahar initially said you have to do at least 3 videos a week and whatnot, and then he changed it to everyone has to be doing a video a day. All right, so I before a long time ago, long time ago, I was only doing 3 videos a week. All right, and then eventually, I think starting last year, I started doing 1 video a week. All right, and then now call him YAHAWAH. This is basically not something that I was told to do, okay, but I was inspired. I said, okay, you know what, I know I have to at the bare minimum do 3 videos a week, but now I heard that if we should be able to do, because I know it's not everyone is going to be capable of doing a video a day, but I thought, okay, you know what, now I'm going to do a video a day. But then I literally saw I believe it's Elder Apostle Aramlab Slaki. I could be wrong about that, Slaki, if that's the wrong one, but basically Holy Bible Defenders, okay, a GMS brother who was doing 2 videos a day. So I thought, you know what? Let me do that too. Let me do my part. And the thing is that nobody told me, nobody said you need to do 2 videos a day. It's simply because I looked at myself. I thought to myself, you know what? I can do that. I have the capability. I have the thing. I have the lessons. I have I want the Spirit on me 20 more times than not. And I feel like, even though yes, I feel the Spirit, I'm glad I feel the Spirit come on me to say to make a video a day and whatnot, because I was struggling. There were days that I couldn't think of a lesson, I couldn't find a topic and whatnot. But I feel like when I do a lesson, when I get into the Spirit to do a lesson, like that keeps me on fire more. So it's better that I try to keep that flame going, as long as I can, trying to do lessons, and it helps me stay more in the Spirit, better than just 1 video, 3 videos a week and whatnot, or 1 video a day and whatnot. Rather instead, I have that connection, that synchronization with YAHAWASHI more times during the day, or through a longer period of time, rather than just one. Okay, let me just do this 1 video and get out the way, 20 minutes and stuff like that. All right, like, no, I'm trying to make this long. I'm trying to keep that fire burning hot, so that I never fall out. I'm telling you right now, me personally, all right, I'm very afraid of falling out the truth. So I'm trying to stay locked in. I'm trying to stay, keeping that fire going. All right. So yeah, finally, let's get this. 1 Corinthians chapter 12. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 12. For as the body is one and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is HaMashiach. So yes, we are all one body. We are all trying to attune to YAHAWAH. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, Bashim Markat, Quadash, the most of those apostles, great meal, son of Bob, Shalom.